In our world today, it seems like you can't be a person of faith who also believes in science. Science and religion are just too different. You've got to pick a side because this couple can't get along. I actually believe science and religion have a lot more in common than people think. For example, science and religion are both based on observation. Tests are conducted, and the result of those tests drive assumptions. With religion, those assumptions are called faith. With science, those assumptions are called theories. Theories are an educated guess. Faith is educated hope. I'd like to share 4 more examples of similarities between science and religion. I think we're going to find that these two fare much better together than they do apart. I find this to be common in life. Opposites attract. Science and religion on their own really don't have any credibility. Religion has lost credibility because of internal fighting, intolerance, and because it has tried to adapt its beliefs to the whims of the scientific community. Churches have also produced leaders who have been less than savory, to put it nicely, which is inexcusable and has led to justified skepticism and uncertainty. On the other hand, science is constantly chasing its tail with revolving theories, and it is just as responsible for tragic things that have happened in this world. I just got this book about Harry Truman. It's about his first 4 months in office and his decision to use a brand new scientific innovation, the atomic bomb. So if you ask me which one I trust more, religion or science, my answer is neither. Science and religion have both been abused for profit and politics. 2 famous faces are scientist Stephen Hawking and preacher Joel Osteen. Stephen Hawking's net worth before he passed away was $20 million. Joel Osteen's net worth right now is $50 million. I can't speak to the individual motives of Stephen or Joel, but common sense tells us that when that much money is involved, the potential for corruption increases. As for politics, there is a long history of misuse in both science and religion. World leaders use faith to pander to constituents, and if you ask a Republican or a Democrat about the issue of climate change, you'll immediately wish you hadn't. The science gets distorted and sensationalized, and it's hard to know which course is best. Science and religion are both insecure and egotistical. Science is concerned with advancement and relevance. Religion is often judgmental and excessively focused on self-preservation. Sadly, the common good gets lost with these ulterior motives. When making a splash and publishing becomes more important than consequences, when attendance becomes more important than the message. These are trends common to human history. Science mocks religion for being rooted in fantasy. The claim is that the stories of religion are more fiction than fact. This isn't true, but even if it were, I could argue that science is just as rooted in fiction. Let's look at fossils. Scientists determine the age of fossils in 2 common ways. Carbon dating generally gives a fossil's age within thousands of years. Radiometric dating gives ages that reach up to hundreds of millions of years. This is important because radiometric dating refutes biblical timelines. But if you really think about it, radiometric dating defies logic. Dinosaur bones are a good example. After an animal dies, bones naturally decay and turn into dust. This process is slowed when bones aren't exposed to the air, but dinosaur bones must have been covered quickly by mud and dirt in order for fossils to form. A great flood would have done this. But let's say the bones were buried more than 100 million years ago, as science suggests. How is it logical, regardless of preservation, that solid organic bones were able to survive intact? The pressure of the earth is intense. The earth's crust moves constantly. Temperatures change. Organic material naturally decays with time. Hundreds of millions of years, billions of years. To me, it seems just as likely that Noah built an ark. At least we've seen what people can do with primitive tools, looking at the Egyptian pyramids. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm just not willing to put my faith, my trust, and my hope in a math game on a chalkboard. It's sad to me that the academic community has emerged as a competitor to religion. Linguists, historians, scientists, and other high-profile experts in every field attack religion. And this anti-religious culture, in addition to a decline in religious leadership over the years, has really made the world worse. We should be more educated and enlightened. Instead, we're more depressed and angry than ever. So why is the world the way that it is? Why is it so hard to trust anything? I actually think we live in an incredible time. We have access to a staggering amount of resources. And when you start digging through those resources, the truth becomes easier to find. You've just got to put in a little work. And I actually think that might be the point. Anything worth doing requires work. So if you've lost your faith, or if you have doubts, now more than ever is a good time to start fresh. Read and learn as much as you can. Meditate, pray, watch YouTube debates. Just don't be like science and religion still are today. Set your personal desires aside. Don't worry about what other people think. Make sacrifices. Open your heart. Seek the truth, and don't stop until you've found answers. These are qualities that help marriages succeed, and I believe science and religion have what it takes to make it work. Now, full disclosure, my experience with science and religion has led me to Jesus. But we've all been given free will, and with that responsibility, we're tasked with making our own informed decisions. I hope you'll embark on your own journey, or continue your existing journey, and do your own research. I provided some non-Christian resources in the description of this video. You're welcome to start there. Either way, please don't quit until you've found answers and established daily habits that bring peace, hope, and joy. I assure you, the work is worth it.